This is the Utah Defender. I'm making I can combine two videos I made into one. We found out that the name that we previously said was Justin is not the correct name. This is his correct name. This is the officer that pulled over Chase Allen on March 1st. This is a new added name. It's alleged that he made the, well, I won't say it now, but these are the other officers that were on scene. I don't believe Jeremy Horn fired at him, but I believe and the chief did not, was, I guess up in his police office, but the rest of them were there and they emptied their guns into Chase Allen. This is the judge that overheard the trial for Diane Allen. And the son stood up. He didn't like the way he was treating his mother. And then right in the middle of the proceedings, he has the sheriff come in and they serve him a warrant. And I'm saying it's the sheriff because that's who handles the courts. Served him a warrant for his arrest. And then it was later found out that that was not for Chase Allen. This is despicable of this judge. There's his name. He lives in Bountiful. He has no business being on the bench. This guy is totally a disgrace to anybody who's a judge. To allow that, what's going on. Also last night, KUTV did a series on sovereign citizens. And again, the Allen family has never confessed to be sovereign citizens, but the KUTV has a relative related to Taylor Jacobson, and they're trying to make this more about sovereign citizens rather than that these guys murdered Chase Allen. So I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to take my computer, and I have some pictures I want to show you, which I showed previously. And you're going to have to bear with me because, again, I'm not that swift at doing this. So what I want to point out to you in this picture is this is where the gun is supposed to have been. You're going to see a picture with the gun, but I want you to notice that this white mark stays on the seat. This one is going to move in another picture. What am I trying to say? And there should be a white cord here. Keep that in mind. And here's a white reference point that I'll show you later on. And then the other thing is his ball cap is facing straight up. Okay, there's the bill of the cap, and this is the crown of the cap. There's Chase's foot. So they're dragging him out of the vehicle in this picture. But you don't see a gun. And remember, they're pulling his body out. So there's no gun there. Keep that in mind. So let me go to some other pictures here. Here's another view of Chase being pulled out. Here's the ball cap straight up. I believe this hat was moved when they pulled his foot out. It probably hit the hat and turned it down this way. But again, notice the debris right here. Notice there's only one little tiny piece of debris right down here. No white cord. There's your reference point of the white dot. And there's the piece of, another piece of cord or paper or whatever that is. That's some debris right there. So look at that. Again, the important thing of this picture is there's no gun. Now, what I want you to see in this picture is this is after they took him out. Notice, here's the hat. It's been disturbed. Notice that the piece of paper was up here is now down in this crevice area. There's some debris here. The piece of debris that you saw in the other picture is not there now. This, I believe, is his wallet. This is like a little metal piece of wallet that has webbing on it. It's a brand new type of wallet. Notice this. Notice there's a gun. Isn't that amazing? And there's the white reference point. So that's not that far from here. This is the gas pedal that you heard the revving within the videos when they were cop-splaining. And one of the people from the news media said, what was that revving sound? Well, it was because when Chase was shot in the back of the head, assassination style, it is believed that Justin was the one that rolled the window down so this other police officer could take a shot to the back of his head. We're alleging all of this. So again, notice that's moved. This is kind of like in the same area, but that piece wasn't there. And there was another piece over here. That might be the piece that they moved over here. There's a cord. Notice there's a convenient gun there. I will tell you that I believe from the very beginning that the gun was slid in just in this same position as you see here between the console and the seat. You can't see where that's at from the picture, but there's a space in there that he could have slid his weapon in there, his gun, because he didn't want the police officers to see it. So again, debris moved, there's a gun. This is after the fact, and you didn't see a gun there. So this is very incriminating that the police department planted evidence after the fact. And technically, if they would have felt his pulse and he was dead and they couldn't determine that he had a pulse, what they should have done is shut the door and put a piece of tape on it to show that the door is not going to be opened up and that no one tampered with it, but they didn't do that. That's proper procedure. So let's go to another picture. And that's not the one I want right now. So again, there's the debris. I want you to look at that, okay? There it is. There's the movement of the hat. They moved it. There's a cord. It's about maybe 5 inches from the corner here, this crease. So when we go over to the next picture, this is about 5 inches. There's no cord there. There's no gun there. These are pictures taken off the videos. Even though this is lighter, I think probably somebody came in with a flash photography, took a flash of it, and then tried to cop-splain it. So notice in this picture, the debris is here. In the other one, it's down here. This little white piece can't possibly be the other piece that's over there. Someone went in there with their hands or their body and was messing around looking for the gun and then pulled it out between the seats when they found it. Again, another picture from another angle. Notice there's no cord here. There should be a cord right here, and it's not there. So they were looking around, moving things around. This shows you they moved that cord around. It's not in this picture. There's the white piece. There's a little white smudge. There's the bill of the cap up. They're pulling his leg out, and there is no gun there. There's the white dot right there. No gun. Reference point, white dot. Let's go back and look at the picture so that we've got, so you can verify. There's the gun. I can't see the white dot here. That might be the piece that was over here, but this now is down here. There's the white piece that looks like a piece like these, but on the other picture, it looks like a smudge. Now we have a gun. Now the cord's over. The cord should be in the other picture. This is after the fact that they pulled Chase Allen out. There's the picture, so you can really see it. Take a look at that. There's the gun. This is after Chase is out because his foot's not there. They moved his hat. There's a wallet there now. Let's go to this other picture. Notice no gun. This is taken off the videos. No cord. There's a little white piece of paper, and this is a white smudge. I really kind of think that actually a piece of paper like that ended up there, and that was down here in the one where there's a gun. And this white smudge must have come either, that's the white piece of paper, or that is a smudge that happened when they went back in, or it's gone in the other picture. So now, and a retract went back in. They couldn't have possibly gone back in. There's a closer picture of it. No gun, no cord. That's at least the same distance. You notice there's no cord here, okay? No cord. And again, there's that piece of paper that's down, ends up down in here, his hat straight up. I don't want to talk about that guy yet. Again, remember, look at the placement, look at the seat, how many white things are on there. There's a little white smudge, reference point, no gun, hat straight up, they're still pulling him out. There's the picture after the police went in and tampered with evidence. That is not the white smudge. That's a piece of paper just like this that's now down here in the crevice. And there's the hat repositioned, probably from the foot being pulled out, it hit the hat. There's a gun that they planted. They took his gun and planted it so that they could cop-splain and get their asses out of hot water. And there's the cord. See, it's not that far. Should have been in the other picture, but it's not there. So they tampered with evidence. They placed a gun out there saying, oh, he had a gun. That's what Jason saw. Jason didn't see anything. All he saw was a holster. That's it. That's all he saw was a holster. This next picture is the guy that's the assassin. Now, it's been alleged to me that Giancarlo Candonati is this man. I don't know that for a fact yet. And if it's not, let's not get upset with them, okay? But from my sources, they're telling me this is Giancarlo Candiotti. And it's alleged that he made the assassination shot into the car when the window was rolled down by what we can see from the videos by Jason. There's his face there. So all I can tell you from what you're looking at is that Jason right here is the gentleman who yelled gun, gun, gun. And his name is Justin Boucher. And he yelled gun, gun, gun. And this guy moved in and did a headshot to the back of Chase. He never saw a gun. Just because Jason yelled gun, 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 these guys have really a moral and ethical standard to make sure that they saw a gun pointed at somebody before they fired, and they never did that. So the most culpable person in the death of Chase is Justin Boucher. His name is Jason because he went up to Callie, went across the street. She called him Jason. His name was mentioned again. And Jason lives in Farmington. And this is a terrible thing. Again, this is the smoking gun because there is no gun. And you can see from this picture, and when you look at the other picture, there's the same view from a different angle. They're pulling them out. And then after the fact, you see things moved around here. And that's because they were looking for this gun, and they found it in between the seat right here, pulled it out so that you would think that that's the gun, that Jason was going gun, gun, gun. All Jason saw was a holster that was empty. And that's in the video where I say the right hand is on the left arm. And they put up there in a little square, right hand going for the holster. And it is a right hand, because that little square up there verified it in their own cop-splaining from the chief. And I'm just here to tell you that this gun here that you're looking at was planted by the police officers, because it's not here. There's no white cord, okay? No white cord. No debris in the same place. They went in there, the hats moved. Maybe his foot did or didn't. But someone went in that car and were looking for that gun because they couldn't see it. They went, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. There's no gun. We're in deep kimchi. There's no gun. What are we going to do? This is I hate to use the expression smoking gun. This shows you that they tampered with evidence, which is a felony. And the other part of this that you have to realize is that Internal Affairs had to know when they looked at these pictures, just like I did, that they tampered with the evidence. They allowed the chief to go through and tamper with evidence, because in one of the videos, you'll see a picture that I have in my videos that shows who we believe is Candiotti doing the headshot. And we're alleging that because the information is given to me. They said they're affirmed, but I'm just alleging that that's who it did it. He did the point blank headshot. And in the chief's videos, you can't see that because they manipulated the viewpoint of the cameras, because this is digital. So they can do a lot of manipulation in their behalf, which they did take advantage of that. And what really bothers me is Internal Affairs allowed this and stood by and didn't say anything. They had the raw footage. I'm sure they looked through it, but yet they allowed the police chief to save the necks of his officers, the chief, by cop-splaining, and that they had really tampered with the video. And again, in this one, you notice no gun, no gun. There's the white reference point, the seat, the steering wheel. Look at this part right here. I'll show it to you in the next one, where we show you, yeah, right here. There's the white reference point, and there's the console and a gun. And when you go back to the one here, you don't see the cord. White reference point, I think, is the same position that the other one was in. And I'll pull that back so you can look at it again. There's a white reference point, the gun. Look at it, debris moved around. Someone got on that seat, and you can tell they messed things up. That white cord, they're looking around, found the gun in here, pulled it out for their convenience to say that that's the gun that he pulled out on him when he didn't. And again, the white reference point, no gun, no white cord, and the debris on the seat has been tampered with. And the hat is in a different position. That's going to hang him right there. And the fact there's no gun. Reference point and no cord. They went searching in that vehicle after the fact to tamper with evidence. That's a felony. And again, we can't have anybody in Utah do this. Now, I've talked to the mother, and she doesn't want the FBI because it's alleged that I don't even want to say this, so I'm not going to say it, but she doesn't want the FBI involved. I think the FBI, if we don't have anybody in Utah, and the FBI comes from Denver or from Seattle, that doesn't know anybody here, they should do it. And there's a reason why we say Denver or Seattle, because something's going on that I don't know if I believe it or not, but I think the FBI should handle this, and nobody in Utah should be handling this case, especially anybody in Davis County, because they're privy to this information just like I was. and yet they didn't say anything, so they're culpable. And again, this judge is culpable for the death of Chase Allen because the mother tried to explain the laws to him, and he was going to have none of it. None of it. So there you have it. You got to make your own decision. Bottom line is, of everything, without looking at anything else, there's no gun. When his foot's in the car when they're pulling him out, there's no gun there. I didn't tamper with that. I just took the picture right off their videos that there were cops explaining from. So there we have it. That's what we got. You make the call. Thanks for your time, and God bless you.